I mean, the world's gone mad, hasn't it? Has the world gone mad?
I think the world's been going mad for a while. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to turn the fan off because the world's got hot as well.
Excuse me, Daniel Cabinet Maker.
Yes.
Can you turn yourself off, please? Obviously referring to a fan there.
It's immediately hotter, isn't it?
Without the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting for the audience. We always talk about how hot we are, and I think they're not in the room, are they? So.
Okay.
If we're mentioning Dan, just want to say a big thank you to Dan and to everybody else who came down to see the show.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We finished both shows 2 seats off a complete sellout.
I think most people, I'm not saying we should because I like to be completely transparent with my audience, but I think most people would be putting sellout on their...
Yes,
I've seen people do it where I've been like, I think in Edinburgh there's actually an official thing where if it sells something like 80% of the tickets, you can call it a sellout run.
What?
I think that's true,
That's
genuinely.
right nonsense.
But that does make sense in a way to me.
But
I don't know
'cause
why.
I feel like, we were shy of selling 2
Doesn't
tickets of all the tickets. And we were scared we wouldn't sell any. So it was amazing, really.
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
people on the second night who, I mean, there's a lot of people trying to get in touch, trying to get tickets, and it's like, I'd love to. But
Yeah.
it's a theatre. It's not like you can squeeze in the back kind of thing. But yeah, I think we can. Well, I don't want to say it. Almost, I want to say it, but I don't feel right saying it. But I think a lot of performers would say it was a sellout show,
Okay.
having only 2 tickets to spare.
So 2 sellout shows.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if we're saying that.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if I'm comfortable with us saying that because I want to be transparent
But
with the
it's
audience.
Right,
interesting
right,
that-
see,
That's what we're
see.
saying. Officially, it would be called.
In Edinburgh.
The Edinburgh Festival, it'd be called the sellout.
We had an Edinburgh sellout show.
I suppose so. Yeah,
what you
yeah,
could say.
exactly. Yeah.
An opening night.
Yes.
Sure, there was opening. What is it? Opening night nerves. Is it opening night as well?
Yeah, the first night. If that's what you're
It's
thinking of.
called, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And a closing night. The night after, which was just
Wild.
such a laugh. You know,
We were so comfortable by then.
our director
Sure.
came on with a bunch of flowers, gave us a
Yeah.
bunch of flowers, and Ryan did said some words, and it was truly just all the
Such a
cast and
surprise. Yeah.
crew involved. But no, it was lovely to finish.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling now? Did you get any kind of come down? I mean, John, you went straight on holiday, didn't you? To be fair, right after that,
Immediately, yes.
So
the very next day.
you kind of chilled. I didn't feel as bad as I thought I was going to. Like not as in, oh God, I hated doing that so much that now I feel bad. More of when you've been building up to something and then you have it, and then you have 2 nights of big adrenal doses, and then all of a sudden it's a little bit quiet. You went to Edinburgh, Ryan.
Yeah, I think not even that. Well, my brother came down for 4 days. So I had 4 days with him in London, being like a tourist in London, even though I live here.
Yeah.
And then I had, like 4 days in Edinburgh straight off. So I've not really had a chance to stop. I mean, to be fair, we met yesterday and we watched through the show. And that was the first time I've had a chance to think about it, really.
Yeah. But we're looking forward to doing because of the sellout show that we had.
Oh, absolutely.
We are looking forward to doing extra dates due to popular demand.
That's a good thing to say. Yeah.
That's what we'll be
also,
saying.
I mean, it's the work in progress, so we're going to work on it. There's going to be multiple shows, I imagine, throughout the next year.
But each time...
But it's going to be because of popular demand. Yeah.
I think every time we
course.
do one, we should put due to popular demand.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're performing...
This is it. People use these terms willy-nilly. And I feel like I'm learning now through doing some lives. Sell-out show. It didn't sell out, but you're saying it did because it was full enough
Yeah.
to feel comfortable in your heart. Popular demand. Is that true? It's minor demand. It's not unpopular demand, but it's a small amount of demand.
Yeah.
But any demand can be called popular demand.
It's a demand, I suppose.
in PR, in press, or whatever. You know?
Yeah. It's what spin doctors do, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. And we need to be using this. I feel too guilty about sort of lying, but you got to fake it till you make it. That's what they say. Isn't
Well,
it?
what's good about us is we do it, and we use these keywords.
Yeah.
But tell the public and our listeners that that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
You know, we were 2 seats shy, but it was a sellout
Well,
show.
this is just for the pod listeners, you know.
Yeah, true,
This is in a circle.
Yeah,
of
they're
fans.
part of our world and our
Exactly.
and our crew. Listen, I'm just wondering if the world's gone absolutely crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
And what I want to talk about is kind of fads and crazy TikTok fads and the not just TikTok. I mean, big obviously right now on TikTok. You have your Instagram stuff. What they call fads,
Crazes.
Crazes is the term I'm looking for.
Do you mean things like, for example, I mean, this is an old one, but like the Harlem Shake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to
The ice bucket challenge.
Discuss 100%.
Okay,
right?
cool.
This is a story that I read recently about a TikTok trend at the moment that's gone absolutely wild, Ryan and John.
Oh, right.
And I thought, is it more crazy now than ever, or am I just older? And they've always been crazes going on. So I don't know, but let's have a listen to this particular craze. This is from Sky News. So,
Good sauce.
big stuff.
Decent sauce.
Parents warned after cracking eggs on toddlers' heads in TikTok trend. Videos with the hashtag egg prank on TikTok have been viewed more than 670 million times, despite some leaving young children crying or looking upset. TikTok's latest trend, parents cracking an egg on a young child's head, has been criticised by medical experts over the potential damage it could do. The videos, many of which use the hashtag egg prank, usually show a parent with a young child in the kitchen. Okay, harmless enough. The parent takes a raw egg and tells the child they're going to crack it. But instead of doing it so on a pan or a bowl, they crack it on the child's head before pouring the egg into a bowl or pan. The phenomenon has gone viral, as you would imagine.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just smashing an egg on their head, cracking it so all the egg goes in their head, but they're just like going donk and then cracking it into a bowl.
Yes.
I would say some egg goes on the head. I've seen a video of this, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Oh, okay.
Egg goes on the head.
Yeah.
You can't avoid that.
It's
Not the entire thing, but some.
yeah, you're going to get a little...
Yeah. I've cracked onto a flat surface before.
Yeah.
And that's not done that. But I mean...
Your daughter's got a very flat head, hasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, I think what Ryan's saying as well is like, it can happen, and it has happened. You don't always get the perfect dry crack, do you?
No.
Certainly not in this weather. Thank you very much, guys. I've been mattskillet.com, the brand, and you've been absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Ryan.
No, wrong one.
Right, hold on.
That's what I meant.
Right, thanks, mate. Despite it causing... So the phenomenon's gone viral, despite it causing some of the children to cry or leaving them looking upset and stunned. They don't know what's going on. They have no concept of TikTok. In some instances, the child throws an egg back at the parent.
This is what you want.
That's exactly what you want. By Tuesday, videos using the hashtag had hashtag what was it?
Egg prank.
Yes, thank you. Had been viewed more than 670 million times, according to NBC, and some of them were clocking up as many as 6 million views each, just on that video. However, just to finish up, medical experts have warned that the prank could have side effects, including bruising the head, or could you have another guess of what another problem that could come with that? Any idea, John? You've got kids. What would you worry about?
Bruising. Well, I suppose psychological damage, but I'm trying to think if there's a pun I can do with based on egg or yolk or something.
Too much of a practical yolk. They don't get the yolk.
Okay.
Well,
what were you saying, Ryan, about
psychological damage?
No, before that though, about getting the egg on the kid.
Egg on the face? What
would the? I'm not looking for a pun.
No. Go on.
What's another side effect? What's another problem with
So
it?
what was the first one you said?
egg in the eyes.
Bruising of the head.
Yeah, I think my idea was psychological damage.
Yeah, I just meant when you said you got the egg on the kid, spreading germs.
Oh, germ spreading.
Yeah,
Right.
Raw egg in it.
Salmonella.
Because in the States, bigger problem in it because their eggs aren't as good as ours.
Yeah, they've got shit eggs, haven't they?
Yeah, American eggs.
It's something like they don't immunise their chickens the same way we do, so ours are better.
Yeah, they don't. I think they don't keep them in as clean conditions, and then they bleach the eggs and they bleach the chickens. I think that's a genuine thing.
Yeah, bleach the chicken's asshole.
Because that was one of the things during the Brexit thing where it was
Clacker.
like, if we, is that what it's called? The clacker.
I believe so.
Yeah, we just bleached the chicken's clacker.
Why are you saying? Because you said we bleached the chickens' assholes. Like,
Yeah.
you immediately heard bleach and went, bleached arsehole. That's where you went.
Because I was thinking of, you were talking about bleached eggs, and I was thinking of eggs coming out of chickens' assholes. So they'd probably just bleach the asshole.
And then it just naturally bleached it on the way
all
out.
in one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, good.
Well, that was the thing during the Brexit thing where they said, like, if we do Brexit, we're going to have bleached chickens. But I think that's, luckily, up to now, stayed sort of how we had it in the EU.
Right, and they spelt that Brexit with 2 G's. B-R-E. Thank
nice.
you.
Absolutely great.
RPMatskinson.com, the brand.
But, so germ spreading. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, germ spreading. Because this Dr. Megan Martin.
Egan.
Thank you, John.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's technically a joke.
A pediatric emergency medical consultant at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital in Florida, who has 1.3 million followers on TikTok herself, said, "I was not a big fan of this at all. This is something that benefits. This is not something that benefits kids in any way, and I honestly don't find it entertaining. We're literally smacking salmonella on their foreheads." She then went on to say, It's harder to get a toddler to drink fluids when they've got a stomach bug or food poisoning, and so they're more likely to end up in hospital for IV fluids.
Oh, it's the nanny state.
So,
let them crack eggs on their kids' heads if they want to. They've gone through that childbirth, the most horrific pain. The least they could do as a sort of reward for that is to have a bit of fun cracking an egg on the kid. That kid's causing so much chaos and disease, sick, shit, spit on the parent. All the parent wants is a little bit of revenge.
Yeah.
Let them have it.
John, what was that?
That's the least they can do. If that's the least they can do.
Yeah.
Well, what's the most?
So what's the least that who can do? The kids?
Well, you're saying it's the least they can do. Let them smash an egg on their heads.
Yeah, I suppose
What's the most they can do?
It's more of a turn of phrase, John. The least. That's the least they could do. It's the things people say, and I wasn't considering the most.
I know. I was just.
I suppose absolutely cover them in breakfast.
Yes. Okay. So that could be a new trend.
So raw bacon,
hashtag
sausage in the mouth.
Well.
Beans all over the bodies. Bath of beans, maybe. That was a trend back in the day. That was a craze.
I think you're wrong here, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not so much covering them with food, it's using them as a utensil themselves. So it'd be like grating cheese on them somehow.
Yes.
You know, like with their fingernails, I don't know, something.
Or like using their head as a drum or something like that.
As a drum?
So, I mean, like using them as a thing. Like
but
a surface.
Involving food, though, John.
Does it need to involve food?
I see what John's saying.
Right.
You're saying using it as a food utensil, because that's what John's thinking about, the surface idea. Yeah, you crack an egg on a surface, you could drum on a surface, you could place items on them, I suppose.
Okay, I was referring to Ryan's full English, like you'd have, you could whisk the eggs maybe with the child. I don't know.
In the child's mouth or something. Yeah.
Or like
Jesus.
Open the tin up, open a can of beans on their head.
Oh my God.
Maybe so. With
the teeth
or something.
Oh my God.
No, but they do, because some have like milk teeth, because I've seen toddlers doing it.
Like we open a tin of beans with their milk teeth.
Yeah, but the milk teeth, they fall out anyway, don't they?
It's a good point. That's why you should give your kids
all you need to do is
sugar.
get that filmed on TikTok, and then that's the main thing you got to do. You got to make sure you film it when you do it.
Well, this is what I was going to say. At least the parents are involving them with some entertainment.
Yeah.
I'd take that as a kid.
Yeah, they love
over than getting nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Being
I suppose that is the issue, isn't it? That they're using.
You'd rather get smacked in the head with an egg than not get smacked in the head with an egg.
Yes.
I think in hindsight, you'd look back at that video footage and go, "That's hilarious, Mum." Even though I'm upset in the video and I've got some kind of trauma that's buried deep down, that is actually really funny, and I'm really enjoying watching that video now as an older person.
Yeah, like my father wrapped an old banana skin.
Go on.
An old banana skin up for Christmas once.
Right, okay. I thought you said wrapped a banana skin like around your neck or something. Around your...
No, he wrapped it. I like it. You're like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's normal. He wrapped up a banana skin and put it with some other gifts.
Right.
So now my granddad was filming this, so this is actually on video. Which again at the time would have probably gone viral.
Gone viral now. Yeah, I've seen people do this kind of thing where someone's got an Xbox and it's closed inside.
Oh
Devastating.
my God.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Absolutely awful.
But I'm there going, oh, what is it? a balloon or something, like feeling the thing. It's, oh, you don't have to open it. I'm like, oh, what could it be? And then I open it, and it's just an old banana skin.
How did you react? How did you feel?
It was a shock. You know, it's horrible.
It was
like,
okay.
You know, it'd been fine if I got something else, but John, what was that, pal?
What I was going to say is, one year at Christmas, I think that's a funny thing because it's a family day of presents you expect, and then everyone laughs and goes, "Hey, it's a joke present." There's other things for you to get, obviously.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
yeah.
You might be upset if you were 2 or something because they don't understand. But what I will say is, when we were about 20, 2 of my brothers, I think it was Richard and Luke. Basically, we came down from. We're all at home. My parents came down, and there's usual few gifts and that, and there's a big one for me and Howard, and it like just says from Santa Claus on it, and we're like, oh, all right, okay, it's weird, and it's just to me and him, and it's from Santa. We open it, it's just a bag of coal.
Classic.
And then
so they pinpointed you and Howard out.
But
well, you've been
Luke,
the naughty boys,
Richard
haven't you?
and Luke also got a present from Santa Claus, and they just opened it. It was just like bars of chocolate and like gold coins, and they were like,
hilarious.
"Oh my gosh! Oh, we must have been so good." And you must have. What did you get? Oh, coal. All written in Richard's distinctive handwriting. I was like, "This." It was
Richard
classic.
did it. Okay,
Is it because you and
It was
Howard
actually
are
classic.
is it because you and Howard are the atheists? And the other two believe
No, I don't think
in
so.
Santa.
I think, in Santa, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I thought it was your parents that had done that as like
No, that
a
would be-
passive
that
aggressive
would
way,
be
just to get a point across of
hilarious.
like, you know, in all seriousness, we were a
Yeah.
little bit disappointed in John and Howard this year.
You do need to put your ideas up, lads.
Yeah.
Well, when they did mention it in our yearly 1-to-1 review.
Right. How are we getting on?
But back to the egg on the head.
Yeah.
I have seen one of these videos, funny enough, you know, that you're
Right,
describing,
okay,
which
yeah,
makes sense because it's been seen by X million people.
And
There's
you're one of
a
them.
good chance I'm one of them. It was a toddler, little girl. It was the cutest thing. It made me laugh because they cracked it on her head, and she just goes, "That wasn't very nice, was it?"
Oh.
And then she took her egg and she went, "How would you like it?" and cracked it on the mother's head.
Ah.
And it was a fantastic little.
Oh, well, that's the perfect kind of.
It's a perfect video.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the real viral one where like
That's probably
you
one
get
of
the revenge on the parent as well. You know.
Yeah, and it's a big statement to make in it. Like, how would you like it?
The thing that I think people don't realize, like the parents might not realize when they're cracking their egg on the kid's head, like they should, if they are going to do that prank, and they may do this, but I'm sure, or if it's a trend, if it's a fad that lots of them are doing, I'm sure all of them aren't doing this. They should test that egg first on their own head and just
100%.
see how hard that is, because an egg on the head is harder than you think.
Yeah.
You know, it really is.
Yeah.
My friend Paulina got, well, there was a group of us at uni when we were students, walking down the road near our uni, bang, out of a car, egg,
Bolt from the blue.
bolt from the blue, bang, eggs. We got egged.
Drive-by.
Drive-by egging. Yeah. And I think I got a little splatter, but mainly my friend Paulina took most of the yolk and the white and the works really, and the shell is the point. And she had a real bruise off that, you know,
Right.
off the back of it. It's like getting hit with a paintball gun, you know.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they hit the wrong angle.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, because it's something like you can put at the right angle, you can balance a train on an egg or something. You know what I mean? And it won't break.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they are hard, aren't they? Because they're that oval shape. They're really hard at the top and bottom, innit?
I think it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
how they're designed, probably so they don't break immediately. You know.
Yeah.
When they get pushed out of the chicken's arse.
No, minge.
Minge, chicken's minge.
One of the other reasons for it being that shape is if you roll an egg along, it goes round in a circle. So if it was falling off like a cliff or something, like, you know, for seabirds and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
That's one of the theories, that it's to stop it from rolling away.
Right. I just saw your daughter walk past the camera, John.
Yeah.
Have you got any eggs in the house?
I've got loads of eggs, actually.
We got to get big on TikTok.
Well, I saw another. This is more like work banter. Bunch of guys in viz vests, maybe on the lunch, maybe not. On the building site. He's gone. He says if I smash 6 eggs over his head, it's going to give him 100 quid. 150 quid? Oh, yeah, sorry, 150 quid. Right, you ready for it? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
On his own head.
Yeah, so one fella's going to smash 6 eggs on this fella's head. This fella says, I'll let you do it because they just.
So one guy's going to smash them on the other guy's head.
Yeah.
If he allows it, he's going to get money.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a whip round. They're all going to give him a tenner each. It's like 120 quid at stakes. He's like,
I know where this is going.
For 6 eggs, he's like, fucking have it. Picks up the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then throws the 6 down on the floor. And the fella just realizes, storms off. You know, one of them. Proper pissed off.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, probably needed the money as well. And you think,
That's horrible.
I'm not getting the money. I have eggs splattered on my head.
Yeah.
But it's not just eggs, is it? Because, you know, that's going on now. But surely back in our day, Ryan, you mentioned the Harlem Shake, and I think that's a great example because it's definitely. I don't know if you were there getting involved when I was involved in one of them before with some of the friends when we used to live at Thug's Mansion.
I think we did one. Yeah, I remember doing one at the mansion.
Yeah.
Now that I thought I hadn't, but then now that you've said it, I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, you feel, you go, no, we should do that, actually. It'd be funny.
But it is fun, though.
This is the thing. I agree. Some people are a bit like, you know, it's a little bit cringy in a way. Like, I can't imagine myself doing something like that now, for example.
Yeah, I know.
But
if we did do that, if that was going round, that would be a fun thing to do. To then watch it back and go,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's actually hilarious."
can you explain the
was
Harlem
fun.
Shake for some of our younger listeners, Ryan, that might not have been born
Like-
in circa 2012?
Maybe even earlier?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
Probably about that though, because you're in the mansion at the time, weren't you? So
yeah.
well, I can't fully remember it, but I know there was a piece of music, and I think it began with like Did it begin with quite a dull scene, like a normal scene but there's lots of different people, but they're all
Yeah.
acting very normally, dressed very normally, just doing something very normal,
Yeah.
in an office or a kitchen or wherever it might be, and then the music kicked in. It said, "Everybody do the Harlem Shake," and this music went or
It
whatever.
built, didn't it, and then dropped.
Yeah, that was it. There's some build up during the normal bit, and then if everyone knows who's listening to this,
Yeah.
pretty much anyway. But
Yeah.
everybody do the Harlem Shake. And they went, rah, 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 rah. I mean, if anything, I'm confusing you more in your head, and now you've gone, I don't know if I do remember it correctly. If that's what it was, but then suddenly everyone's mad that they've all got different costumes on. They're all
I
doing
can't
mad
think of
dance
the music.
moves. Well, it goes like this.
Yeah.
Everybody do the Harlem Shake.
Is that how it went?
Something like that.
I just thought it was I mean, Ryan, maybe look it up, but I thought it was just a sound. It was like a wow, 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 wow. Wow. Oh, maybe it is like a Harlem.
No, they just said do the Harlem Shake.
the
I'm
Harlem
pretty
Shake,
sure
is
about
that what it
that.
was? Yeah.
Yeah. But like I say, yeah, I partially cringe that we did one, but I partially think, no, it was just fun.
Yeah.
It's fine to do, yeah.
I don't cringe at all at that because, you know, I hate to say everyone was doing it, but they were. And it was like, you're just
And
doing your
it's-
own take on a thing.
And it's
Yeah.
It
harmless,
was harmless.
fun. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is harmless fun. I've seen a girl that I used to work with, I won't mention names, but I've seen her kind of, I think on TikTok where she's trying to, she's trying to be like a TikToker, right? Which is fine. Listen, I'm not here to judge, really. But then trying to do some of the dances that are popular at the time, maybe with a couple of friends or whatever trends going on, they're very just awkward about it and unnatural, and everyone looks a little bit awkward involved.
This is something you know personally.
Yeah.
Right.
I do find like that a bit difficult to watch, personally.
Well, you can see they're doing it just because they feel like they're doing it almost because it's a trend. Like, it's not for fun. Like when we did that Harlem Shake video, it wasn't. I don't know if we even put it online, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think we
no.
just did it for our own benefit. No one really cares about watching other people's.
It's true.
That's when it gets dangerous, where people start doing them on the top of mountains and stuff, and and on precipices
Yeah.
to try and get the views. But I know what you mean when someone's doing it just cynically.
Usually a good view from
Yeah.
the top of a mountain.
Yeah, that's true. But the dangerous, the one, like I mean, annoyingly now, I know it from the We Buy Any Car adverts, but that song, which was I
I hate that. Yeah.
Remember that tune?
But
They were
was that
getting
a
out
so-
of the car.
Yeah. Was that a song? Was that a song before it was the Weird by Any Car song?
Yeah,
Oh fucking hell! It's
that's
disgusting.
why in
It's
the advert,
disgusting.
because they used to, you'd open the car, wouldn't you?
Right.
Get out the car and let it free roll, and then do that little dance.
Well, the car was like,
rolling.
and there's no one by the wheel,
No,
that was the thing,
You've
wasn't
got
it?
out.
and you're the driver.
You're looking back. Yeah. You've got it in like first or something, so it's just creeping, and you're. walking at the
these
side.
things,
of
they're
it.
so.
But they do end. But some of them obviously have crashed the car.
Yeah,
been hit
exactly,
by another
yeah.
car. Like it is dangerous now.
Yeah.
In some ways, I love to see it. As long as no one gets actually killed.
Yeah.
I love to see a bit of property damage or something. Their own property.
Yeah.
Or even a small injury. If they're doing these stupid things.
But like the crates one, the crates that met in the so you'd have like a
man.
pyramid of crates, but 2D.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Like a wall of crates.
Yeah.
What's that?
So crates that are stacked up like that go to a point, and you're meant to walk up and then down the other side. But it's just so unsafe, and you'd
Is this another craze? The crates craze?
yeah. This has been and gone.
I've never heard of this one.
Yeah,
I missed that one passed me by.
Yeah, because it's shit. You go up and you're thinking they're not going to make it, and 9 times out of 10 they didn't. But it's actually quite high, so there's loads of injuries from that. Do you remember my TikTok trend that I started?
You started one?
You like come out of the shower and instinctually you want to just like swing your cock around. You know the one? Like
No.
you do that. It's called the helicopter, is it, John?
It's not ringing a bell.
Is it called the?
I've never been able to do that, I don't think. I mean, I've not tried very many times, but I don't think I've ever been able to make a circular... like in Bruno, you can see the slow motion knob going in a circle. I assume that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got the rhythm in my hips to do it. I don't think because I'm not a fantastic dancer, and I just don't think I can. I can't hula hoop, for example.
Well, I try. Jeez, mother of Mary. I was just for the listener there. Genuinely frightened me that.
What? Because I was cock out and started helicoptering.
I was listening to you, talking to you, and then I looked over to John, and John's wife and daughter were just the heads were peeking through the door. I was like, yeah! That thummer ring a thummer.
His daughter covered in egg.
Sorry,
His
Ryan.
wife with a half an egg in her hand.
No, you're right.
We're going viral.
No, sorry, Ryan. You were talking about throwing your cock 360.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think I could do it up and down, left and right, whatever. But
I put.
but you're saying it's a trend you put on TikTok. Surely
I put a song together trying to get it going. I tried to get it off, but it got pulled down.
I was going to say, surely it's against terms of service. Like,
No,
you can't-
play it. I've got.
Swing it around, swing it around, swing it around, all the way around. Swing it around, swing it around, swing it around. Get your cock out and swing, 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 swing it around, swing, swing, swing it around, swing, swing, swing it around, swing, swing, swing,
Like a helicopter.
helicopter.
Yeah, but it got pulled in the end. Got pulled off, ironically.
I mean, it's impressive though. I mean, it was a blur, really, what I could see there. But
Yeah, yeah, they couldn't have that on TikTok. You've got very strict rules on TikTok.
well, it's weird,
now.
isn't it? If you, I feel like you were moving it fast enough that it was almost in its. It was almost a blurred image anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like you blur that out, but
Yeah,
you're
true.
almost doing that naturally.
Well, that's why I thought I'd get away with it.
Yeah.
But then it's when people started uploading it themselves.
Right.
know,
And it's like, this is the source. We need to cut this off at the source.
Yes, absolutely. But Ryan, I can't remember how it came about, but upside down heads is
That was a craze.
Craze that
That was a mad one, man.
Oh yeah.
still exists.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Me.
Yeah, if you are.
I brought it back when I saw old 50 Cent. It was upside down on that halftime show,
Yeah.
Super Bowl halftime show. So I brought it back for that.
Yeah, please do get on Instagram and type in upside down heads, or is it upside?
It's upside down heads.
No underscores or just upside down.
Can't
heads?
remember, but you'd find it upside down head surely because it's.
Yeah,
And you'll see what the craze is on there, but it's about taking photos of your face upside down. It looks absolutely fantastic.
yeah, the results.
Hilarious, surprising,
Yeah.
and just a lot of fun and harmless as long as you're not upside down for too long.
No, it isn't. So I think we can all agree that, there's always been crazes and it's not as mad nowadays. I think it's probably just you're getting more eyes to it, aren't you? Millions, like on TikTok, you're getting millions of people watching now.
But I think that you're saying there's always been, but we're talking internet days. What were the crazes pre-internet?
So I'm talking, yeah, true. I'm thinking like the dance, the Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style, of course. Ice Bucket Challenge, of course.
But then like with the Gangnam, or like, Macarena, dance
Okay,
moves.
yeah, here we go.
Stuff,
Saturday night,
Saturday night
Whitfield.
thing that's
okay.
happening that people are, that's a craze, isn't it?
I guess, no, you're quite right. Yep.
not seeing it as much. I suppose it's just always been around, and I'm sure many people have hurt themselves doing the Macarena or hurt their own children.
Yeah. Do you know it's a big craze currently? Which I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
Big craze currently in schools apparently. So I hear is Rubik's cubes. They're back. They're popular.
Are they?
They're currently because it's interesting, isn't it? Because like when we were kids, marbles came back round. Marbles.
Oh yeah.
Marbles were big, but they were like a historical toy that kind of came back round.
Did they?
Yeah, it's a good point.
In our school, they did. Yeah, it was a massive thing. Genuinely.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Did you not have marbles?
Didn't they come back in your school? Did you have yo-yos?
No. Oh yeah, yo-yos was massive. 1998.
You had the yo-yos with the crank on, with the gear.
With the gears. You could do all the tricks like round the world, walk the dog, crash cradle.
Yeah. With the clutch. Yeah.
The clutch, exactly. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the clutch. Yeah.
Lads, listen, I need to push on
I
here.
had a scrap of paper and a burnt match.
You for writing, would that be for? Is that for writing?
Nah, that's all the entertainment I
I
had.
was just here to say that. Yeah, yeah.
Paper, a burnt match.
It was passed down. Yeah, no, I wanted to start the show.
Yes, we should.
To be fair,
We should.
Of course.
But
Yeah,
lovely to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed myself. Of course, the voices you can hear are good old-fashioned Ryan Hours over here. You doing, Ryan?
Yeah, good. And I think I might have a go at your craze later on and send you the video through.
You've got a pencil case, and it's full of one colour, felt tips and crayons. What colour is it?
Blue.
Blue. Fair enough. John
Fuck.
and John, or should I say, Sir John Patrick.
Regret.
To you guys at home. John, you've got a 6-inch ruler or a 12-inch ruler. What are you going to take on your holidays? Bearing in mind, it has to fit in a
6-inch because
into a gull
I want
pencil
it
case.
to match me.
A 6-inch.
To match your...
So 6-inch. Yeah, because I want it to go with me travel Scrabble, me travel all those things. I want
brilliant.
miniature versions of stuff for holidays.
Good answer. I am mattskillington.com, the brand, as you two both know. Mattskillington.com is still there.
Yeah.
I bought that for 2 years now.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Probably about a year and a half now left on the
probably
lease.
less,
Left
yeah,
on the
yeah.
lease, but you keep an eye on that because there's some big things actually going
Isn't
on.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch this space is what I'd say.
Is it just going to be your TikTok trend?
Yeah, I've had to.
To set up your own social media.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, the Irish TikTok.
Rubber or sharpener. It's all forever.
Rubber or sharpener forever.
You can only have one forever.
Do you know what? I'd have to go sharpener. I think more practical.
Pencils, sharpenings used to be one of my favourite smells. Not anymore, but used to be. But yeah, you agree.
Great smell.
Nice smelling it.
Did it get replaced? If you don't mind me asking, in terms of your top smells, I don't want to go too much down this.
I've just not smelled it in a while, to be honest, because I've not been around shavings for a long time. I use pens these days, unfortunately. That's the world, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Things change. And
that's Brexit for you.
change is the only constant. And I mean, oh my God.
God, and I want to say thank you to you, the listener, for downloading this episode. We have been away for a while. We'll say that now. I'll just get that out there quickly. We've been very transparent. You know why we've been away in terms of podcast. We've been busy with the shows, and we hope to be kind of pick it up.
I guess so, yeah. Hope so,
more
yeah.
and,
Hope so.
See how we get on. But as and when we can, and here we are now. So let's not dwell on that, and let's just get on with the show. Now, it's very hot in the studio today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned about the wheel, to be honest, and that it's still in a kind of full working order. Oh, may I add before we move on, very quickly, we did not win the lottery.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, I was going to get the numbers out again, but I thought, where's it going to go this time? Probably the same place, not far.
Right, okay.
So I'll just let you know we didn't win the lottery.
Okay.
So I'm concerned about this wheel because it's under a cloth as well, isn't it? And in this heat, last thing I'd need on me is a cloth.
Yes, and in terms of what it's made of,
Okay.
it might be an issue. I am worried that the cloth is going to sort of stick to the wheel.
Right. Okay.
And it might have to peel it off a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
let's bring.
It's been so long, hasn't it?
Let's
Go on.
get the reveal. Let's reveal that wheel, please. Well, it's here, and I can see the cloth looks
So it's been revealed to a degree.
wet.
Yes, it's soaking through. I can see because of the heat, I think.
Yeah, quite wet.
Okay. But you said sticking to it, and I see what you mean there.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, it might need to go through the wash, that cloth.
What's that stuff that's coming out the bottom and the dripping off the cloth there? The thick, looks
Sort
like
of,
caramel. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's he gone and done?
No, it's a nice thing.
Brown.
Well, I mean, hold on. Oh, salted caramel.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, it's delicious.
It's nice. It doesn't look like it's meant to be running out like a.
Well, I was watching here. Here we go. Okay, I'll take off the cloth. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
peel
let's
it
take off that cloth.
It's not quite
No, go on.
peeling it.
Give it a.
Peel.
Oh, it's all. Oh,
There we go.
oh, in my eyes.
Yeah, but no,
I can't see a bloody thing. Actually, I'm not even seeing the.
they'll probably stick shut if you got to be careful because
John.
of the it's toffee.
John,
basically.
can you
It's a toffee
describe the wheel to
Oh,
me?
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Go on.
I can't see a thing here. My eyes are stuck with. I think it's
Okay.
caramel toffee. Did you say, Ryan?
It's a combination. It's like
Right.
it's all the orange, sticky, sweet confectionery
Okay.
I could find.
What's going on, John?
Oh, well, you know, I believe it's a Quality Street, the toffee penny.
That's right. Basically, that's what I've gone for.
Okay, a
That's what I've
giant-
gone for.
A giant.
I had to get so many of those Quality Street
Just to make the one.
because I can never eat them. I felt like they always get stuck in the teeth.
They're the worst one.
They're so they're terrible to eat. There's no enjoyment in eating them at all. Maybe you could suck it, maybe, but actually I just chew it and I'm like I feel like I'm gonna pull my teeth out.
Yeah.
So I never eat them.
Yeah.
So I've been storing them up over the last I'd say like 15, 20 years
Right.
because I never have them.
Wow. Someone else could have them, though. That's the thing about one of those boxes. You share them, but have you just been taking them out?
Yeah, but I suppose they could. Yeah, but
Nobody likes them.
I think anyone likes them. Would you like them? Do they pull your teeth out? Are you all right with them?
You don't have any teeth.
Yeah.
You're fine with
Yeah. I'd never eat them.
Do you?
them. You never eat them.
What
Yeah,
are they
yeah.
called? Penny toffee.
This is the point. They're always left.
Yeah.
It's like, of course I could share them. No one wants them.
Can I back up your point a little bit more, Ryan?
Yeah.
You know when they made the giant. Actually, was this the roses? No, the Quality Street did it as well, didn't they? In my opinion, the best one, which is the caramel with the hazelnut inside. You know, that one, and the big, which is another one of my favorites, top two, the big triangle,
Yeah.
triangular one,
Sort of like truffly
With
kind of
yeah.
haze. Like
delicious.
some.
But they made giant ones of them.
Exactly.
They didn't fucking do that to the
No,
toffee
no,
one,
no,
did they?
no, no,
What
no.
they should have done, Ryan, is made smaller ones, and so small
No.
they stopped going in there.
They almost don't exist.
Because if they're going to take Bounty out of
celebrations.
celebrations, thank you very much. Am I right? I'm right in thinking they took Bounty out, right?
As a publicity stunt.
Yes. We actually the company
Yeah.
that made that campaign. It was a campaign, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So is it back in now?
It was a scam. It was a stunt.
It was a salt and vinegar.
But we've worked for that company, haven't we? That did the stunt, so we can't.
Great commercial.
Can't get too angry with them.
No. I mean, I was getting angry at the actual what they called celebrations.
Yeah.
Thinking that they'd taken them out.
Yeah.
Is the truffle still in the celebrations one?
That's the one that did go.
That's the best one.
I know. I don't get it. I think they've realised they can sell them individually for the same price as a box. And that's what they do
probably
these days. You can only get them online on the dark
I
web.
couldn't believe that they took that one out.
I know. It was like when they stopped doing bicycles. It's the best one.
And yet you've still got that toffee wheel in the...
The toffee wheel. Well, the thing
Some
is,
people like them.
I feel like it's the kind of thing but then they just pull their false teeth out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, it's almost
Yeah.
like taking the false teeth out, chewing it with the hands, and popping it in.
Sorry, I just realised what you mean there.
As in, like,
You mean that they have their own dentures
Yeah, yeah.
in their hands
Yeah, yeah.
and they're chewing it outside of their mouth,
yeah, because it's
not
horrible in the
absorbing
mouth.
any of the flavour
No,
or
not
the
at all.
enjoyment of eating anything.
And then once it's soft enough to swallow, pop it in. That's the only way they can possibly. It's the only way
I'll
they
tell you
can do it.
so. I wish my granddad didn't do that when he was driving, because that, honestly, that was a tragic death.
But the point is, it's such a hard material. It's harder than cement. I thought maybe it's a good material to build a wheel out of.
And now we're in this temperature, and we're left with puddles.
And it's not. It's actually not that. It's not as hard as I first thought. And
No,
it is,
sticky toffee puddles.
It is sticky toffee puddles. Yeah,
John,
and it's
Come on.
wet wheel.
sticky toffee puddles. Doesn't tickle you fancy that? A selection of words.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Sorry.
I feel like it's delayed. I feel like the signal's a bit shit. It's in and out, isn't it?
I'm struggling.
Oh shit! Sorry, mate.
So where were we? So
I was just talking about the toffee thing.
okay, go on.
So we'll take it from there. We'll wrap up and spin. Go on, John.
Wrap up and spin. I mean, that'd be a great name for what we're trying to achieve here, to be honest.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, just for the listener, we've had a bit of a break there because of some technical issues, but hopefully we're back now and all is well.
We're all back, and the wheel is now. Ryan, I presume part of your idea was, I'll get the toffee coin, whatever it's called, because it's shaped like the wheel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect for spinning.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably weren't expecting the heat in here. You weren't expecting this kind of cascade of hot, thick,
Exactly, you know,
toffee dripping down it.
I thought by the time we got round to podding again, it might be the winter and it might be just a hard, cold wheel.
Yeah.
But luckily we've got back on the hoss.
There's still some of it together, and I think what I could do is actually, Ryan, is put it back in its wrapper.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Might be a bit noisy at first.
And as you can see, I've made it because obviously I had to save up all the toffee coins to make the massive toffee coin. I've saved up all of the wrappers and I fused them together with a lighter.
Nice, I can
melted
see.
them together.
That must have been a mission.
Oh, I got a massive headache, honestly.
Yeah.
The fumes. But it's worth it because now I've got a massive patchwork, as you can see, toffee wrapper, and we can put it back round it maybe.
Let's wrap it up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
Looks
So,
absolutely.
oh, this is brilliant because I was worried about because you'd written all the
Features?
feature names on the toffee wheel itself. But luckily, you've actually put all the feature names on the wrapper as well.
Yes,
just
of course
in
I
case.
have. I wasn't not
Oh,
stupid.
Burnt those in with the lighter.
Absolutely.
well, I know I always
yes.
say it, but this time I genuinely am really concerned about the wheel and whether it can still spin or not. Should we give it a bash?
You can try.
Okay. Let's spin. Oh, hold on. That's not a thing, is it?
Should be something though.
Yeah. Spin that. Spin that wheel.
Reach for the feature.
Texting.
Reach for the feature, or I don't know.
Reach for the
it's not
feature.
It's not good. It's not right, but there should be
I'm
some.
reaching for something there.
There should be something we say when we spin the wheel. I know it's episode
Zing.
106. 106. We should have got there by now.
Yeah.
But there should be a catchphrase for when we spin the wheel and do text in with what it could be.
Yeah,
we should
please
have a
do.
good idea.
Please do.
I'm sure there's people out there screaming it right now.
Screaming down
There
there.
is a catchphrase, which is, "Does it still spin?"
Of course
Yeah,
there
I
is.
suppose,
Right,
yeah.
it's right.
Does it still spin?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
It's not going, you know.
It's a bit stiff.
It's not. It's
Hold on,
not
let me give you a
spinning,
hand.
Richard.
3, 2, 1.
I mean,
It's going.
No, do you reckon it is?
Well, a little bit. Has it got to go
Oh,
all
you
the
can
way
see it.
360?
You can see it. Look,
Has it got to go
it's
360?
moved a bit there.
I mean, okay. I think what we can do here is
WD-40.
is there like because we can move it by hand here. I think is there a feature that we want to do that we've not done for a while?
Oh, Ryan.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Oh, Ryan.
No, is it a cheat? No, fuck it. Okay.
tell you
I don't know what to.
something.
No, you're right. Darts. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll throw a dart. We'll throw a dart. At the
Oh,
wheel.
okay, let's do that.
It'll go into the toffee.
Yes.
And for next week, I'll get it fixed that we're spinning again.
Right, put your blindfold on.
Okay.
No, not that way, Ryan. You're facing me.
Right. Okay.
To your left.
Okay.
To your left. Bit more.
Yep.
And,
throw.
You've hit the cat.
I've got 3 darts. One
Have
more.
another go.
One more. Okay. 2 to go.
Oh, you've won a goldfish.
What's the sound effect? I suppose like a splash. Right. 3rd attempt. Last dart. This is maybe I quite like this.
Well, I don't know. The cat didn't.
Okay, there we go.
Looks
This could be a trend.
This could be a trend.
Throwing darts,
Throwing darts at-
blindfolded.
Throwing darts at cats.
but blindfolded.
But
though.
blindfolded, yeah.
You're not a sicko.
The cat's got a chance.
Yeah. Sorry, you've thrown it. It has
There
landed.
it is. It's landed.
You can kind of hold on. Just move. Oh, Yorkshire
Yorkshire
Sports.
Sports. That's not been. I don't know if we've had this series, and we're deep into the
I
series.
was getting confused because we do it in the live show.
I know. I think this is like we do our like impression of it, whatever, in the live
Yeah.
show. But we've not had an actual clip from the archives.
No.
In ages.
No, I can't even remember that. What would it? Was it? I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's so long ago.
Couldn't tell you what the last
Honestly, I
Yorkshire
think it's
Sports
like
was.
a year ago, maybe, if that.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
And so actually, this technique's good, and the darts quite suits it. Actually, it's kind of a Yorkshire sport in
Oh, yeah,
itself, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
So maybe that's why it was drawn to it.
But problem is, Ryan, is it's not always going to be made of toffee, is it?
No, it's true.
And what else can darts stick to? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
my balloon-based wheel next
Exactly.
week's no good.
No, that's what I mean.
No good. That's no good.
No good. Right. Well, you went to the archive the other day, and you bought a stack.
I did.
Back up
And
with you.
the thing is, so here's what happened. We used to go down the archives, didn't we? It was so dusty. I had to take my antihistamine to go down there because of all the dust, and I was sneezing, all this. We cleared it all out, remember?
Yeah.
We made it nice down there. We made a little sort of dude cave.
Yeah,
A manhole kind of thing. We made it all
Yeah,
nice
I'm not
down
sure
there.
All
about
woman,
that.
2020.
What? Manhole.
Manhole. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
and
no,
then
that's just a...
we call the door the manhole cover.
The manhole. I'm gonna go down to the manhole and
Yeah.
grab some pale ales.
Yeah, and some clips from the archive.
Yes.
However, we've not been down there in so long. The dust has now thickened over all our man stuff,
Thick dust. Yeah.
so it's just thick as ever. But anyway, I dusted it all off, and I did find a little clip.
Okay.
And it was, I think we'll hear all about it, but it's the Yorkshire Sports, and this is surprising actually, of bullfighting, which
Right.
obviously we know this is still going on in Spain.
Yeah.
Terrible in a way that it still goes on. Horrible, killing animals. I mean, we've just killed the cat in fairness, so
Yeah,
can't
Well,
get too on our
you
high
might pull
horse.
through.
It'll be all right, won't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she.
Well, that fish has got minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But turns out there was a form of bullfighting that used to take place in Yorkshire back in the 70s when this clip from this sports programme
Yeah.
was recorded. So I guess we'll
Okay.
just have a listen, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Welcome back to Yorkshire Sports. And weren't that a cracking game of Follow the Frog? Famous flamboyant frog Famous flamboyant frog follower Frankie Fellows from Filey faced Felix the Frog in a fabulous frog following frenzy. Frankie followed Felix flamboyantly for 5 fields, 55 fences and 44 farms. Frankie frantically fought fierce fatigue as Frog fled fantastically, nay, frighteningly fast for a fat fucking frog. Felix the Frog flew through Fairburn, Fallsgrave, Fadmoor, Farlington, Farnham, Fangdale, Fordingham, Fearby, Farnley, Feetham, Fewston, Ferrisby, Flasby, Flask, Fingal, Flaxby, Flaxton, Florwith, Folkton, Follyfoot, Flixton, Fosdale, Foston, Fawcett, Foxup, Fremington, Foxhalls, Fulford, Flangthorpe and Frighton. Frankie, flagging, fatigued, feeling faint, finally fell, frazzled. Frog, finally free. Now, on to the next sport. And it's the regional qualifier at Yorkshire Bull Fighting, or Bull Fighting if we're being posh, in which brave, valiant Yorkshiremen must face their most deadly foe, a drunk fella from Lancashire, otherwise known as the Bull, due to the amount of bullshit they talk in Lancashire. Now listen, these Lancashire lads are bred to fate. You might have heard the vegetarian mob calling this sport cruel. Well, to that I say rhubarb. Attacking Lancashiremen has been a Yorkshire tradition for generations. Why should we stop now, just 'cause some crusty young lentil scoffer says so, eh? And anyway, these lads from Lancashire are so boozed up they don't feel a thing. In fact, they enjoy the fate. Again, we must remember, they are kept in the harsh conditions of Lancashire, so hope's a blessing to these big boys. Competing today, we have Maltby-based matador, Jack Fisher, or Jack the Fish Fisher, so called for his uncanny resemblance to a fish, as well as his fish-like aroma. Rumour has it he was in fact raised by fish, carp to be exact, abandoned as a babby on banks of Aston Ponds, taken in by a family of Crucian carp, and taught the ways of the water. He'd spend his days with his only friends, a bream, a perch, a tench and a rudd, feeding on the leftover maggots and ground bait. left by passing fishermen, before rising to become king of the fish, now worshipped as a god by his freshwater friends. But as I say, that's just a rumour. And today's having a go at bullfighting. Competing with Jack to take down the Lancashire Bull is young Benny Braithwaite, or Benny the Bottle Braithwaite, so called due to his sidelining drinks. Yes, in his spare time, Benny likes to create his own beverages, which he bottles and sells locally. Cocktails, he calls them, like what they have in London, he says. Very posh indeed. His best-selling drink is called Beck's on the Beach. It's Beck's lager, Scarborough seawater, salt, a twist of vinegar, a dash of gravy, and a drizzle of curry sauce, all stirred with an extra large battered sausage. Lovely. Well, looks like we're about to start now, so I'll hand you over to your commentators. It's Rodney Bingaman, it's Trevor Stainrod.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Fred. And before we start, I must go straight to our sponsors at the Little Pub in Moorthorpe.
Thank you, Trevor. This week we're sponsored by my own product, Landlord's Lard. Landlord's Lard is the pioneering paste that alleviates the glum feeling of cold and flu symptoms. The active ingredients, English mustard and lard, help relieve those sad symptoms. Simply apply the pungent paste onto your chest and back before bed and allow the hot English mustard vapour to clear those blocked snouts and poorly heads. Landlord's Lard, available now from behind the bar for 2 shillings a bucket.
Grumpy, are you telling people you're landlord again? Get down this cellar and get shut of these ants.
Yeah, come in now, love. Sorry, back to you, lads.
Thank you very much there. And I must say, I've tried that pungent paste and it really does work. So, listen, you join us in Pontefract at this year's Bullfighting Regional Qualifier. It's an early round, but we've got 2 absolute heavyweights coming up for a spot in the next round.
Oh, absolutely. Jack Fisher and Benny Braithwaite. But speaking of heavyweights, we have to talk about this year's bull. By golly, it's a big one.
It is a big one. Biggest I've seen, certainly. Well, since the weight restrictions came in, any riot.
Well, we should say, for those listening at home who are unfamiliar with the sport, it's not an actual bull. It is, as tradition dictates, a Lancashire man who has willingly been put into a stupor by necking 11.5 pints of best bitter before putting on the cloak and horns.
Oh, yes. A beautiful garment, decorated differently for each competition. This year, the Pontefract Ladies Knitting Society have embroidered the cloak with a tapestry depicting the title scene of the popular television show Bergerac.
Unusual, but startlingly accurate.
Aye.
And the horns, as always, are solid glass painted white.
Yes. Hopefully we won't see any shatter and splatter this year, Rodney.
Fingers crossed, but with the size of that Lancashire lad, I'll keep my umbrella handy. Now, Jack and Benny will take to the bull ring together to see who is the better fighter. They'll be judged by the panel on grace and graft. How will they move? How will they move and how much moving they do.
Yes, certainly important to show off the flair. Jack and Benny coming out onto the ring now, standing at opposite ends. They turn to face each other. Now the bow. Oh, lovely.
Lovely stuff.
Lovely. Both in the traditional sheep outfits, of course.
The bull chases the sheep till they put it to sleep.
Yes, obviously we're not talking about euthanizing the bull, no. Merely running it to the point of exhaustion.
With extra points for the fighter who can lay his cape atop the beast and make it finally nod off.
Oh, yes. Well, the bull has been released from his tethers and he's strutting around the ring.
Oh, look at that strut.
Boiled as bleeding brass, let me tell you.
Now, Jack and Benny both staying very still in these early moments. Oh, the bull spotted Jack.
Beautiful jump from Jack. Like a frog with stilts, let me tell you.
Yeah, wonderful. That Lancashire lad is a big one. But he's got those hard, perfectly cylindrical legs you often see on men from the region. The bull is straight after Benny now. Rolls quickly out of the way of those horns. Oh, my goodness, that was close. Now, that lank lad is looking furious because he knows he's not getting paid until he draws blood. So he's got a lot to lose if he doesn't make at least a decent laceration of one of these two lads.
Aye. Oh, and it's a big swipe at Benny there. Trying to grab at him with his hands. Of course, he won't find purchase as they're contained within the coconut shell hoofs.
If I had to sum up the bull in 3 words, it'd be lumbering, sweaty, and pained. Well, he's taking a breather for a second anyway. Oh, here he comes for Jack again.
Oh, he's missed and gone straight into the St. John's ambulance tent.
Oh, bleeding hellfire, I've never seen the like.
Oh, dear.
Well, not strictly true. Something like this happens in almost every competition.
That is true, Rodney. That's very true. The umpire's blown the whistle. The match has been drawn to a close as a draw, and yep, the bullhorn has gone through an ambulance worker, pinning him to the tier. Oh dear, blood has been drawn, so the bull will be getting paid.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. He'll go home battered and badly burnt, but 20 quid richer.
We are sore head and all. Well, Jack and Benny split the points and finished top of their group, so look forward to seeing them in the next round if we can find another Lancashire man with a thick body and a thin brain.
Back to you, Fred.
It's crazy what they got away with back then.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
different
mad,
time,
isn't
wasn't
it? It's just it feels so cruel now, but I suppose it was just in those days it was just what they did. But thank God they don't do it anymore. But in Spain they still just kill bulls. It's mad.
Yeah, certain
It
areas.
was consensual, Ryan, I think. It sounds like they just said, do you want 11.5 pints of best bitter?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And a run around.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, and as Fred said, then it was like anything was better than being trapped in Lancashire, which was what their day to day was.
Yeah,
so.
true.
But the thing is, you could have been coerced into doing something like bum fights or something. where it's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
We'll give you 11 pints, etc., all the fags you can smoke.
Exactly. Yeah. And a bit of money to take home to the family. You know.
Because he's from Lancashire, he must have needed that.
Yeah, in those days, I don't know.
In those days, I would have done it. Thank you for going down to the archive, Ryan, and grabbing a bunch of tapes.
Not at all. I've got a few more. So maybe a couple. Also, nice to hear from. There was a sponsor in there from the Little Un. Was it in Moorthorpe?
Yeah, that's
I think that must be because we have some obviously terrible fans, Duncan and Amy, who run a pub in Moorthorpe.
yeah. It must be.
It must be the
Generation.
descendants.
Yeah,
it must
yeah.
be like his great grandfather, or probably just great grandfather.
Yeah, not that long.
It's not that long ago, is it? Yeah, maybe even grandfather. To be fair. Yeah.
Not that.
It's not that. Yeah.
Not that long ago from us being born, like from
of
them
course.
sports to us
Like
actually being the birth.
us
of
being
us.
born was nearer to those sports being played now to us being born. It's one of them.
Yeah,
innit?
but don't think about that too much. Lads, can I tell you a little fact I found out the other day?
Go on then. Is it genuine? Is it genuine? I don't
No,
know
it's
anymore.
it's related to Yorkshire.
Oh, go on then.
There was a poll on Twitter to find out the favourite British accents.
Oh,
And
God.
let me run down the
Sorry,
top
John. My headphone fell out my ear there when you just said the
Oh, God.
favourite.
British accents,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll count them down for 5.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
From
nice.
5, number 5, Somerset. Gorgeous, isn't it?
Is that like this?
Somerset.
Somerset. Is it that kind of accent?
That sort of thing.
And
yeah.
that's number 5. I would have
Jethro.
thought.
What was her maiden name?
I would have thought that would have been favorite. Who's voting on this, John? British people or
Twitter.
Oh, just Twitter. Fair enough. Fair enough.
just Twitter. Just Elon Musk.
Yeah, and his mob. Sorry, go on.
X gonna give it to you.
Number 4, weird, is Nottingham.
Oh,
don't
right.
know why.
Oh, right. Oh, it's from Nottingham. Can I do that?
It
It's like-
sounds Nottingham. It's northern, but Carl Froch is a boxer from Nottingham, and he's got a very distinctive Nottingham accent.
Yeah, it's sort of like the accent, like Shane Meadows' accent, but I can't place it right now. I can't. Saxondale's a good one to go to.
He wants to.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think
right,
it's.
okay, because it's
I don't think that's
Midlands,
quite,
isn't it?
Quite. I can't do it. I can't do it.
He wants to fight.
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 Anyway,
I'll give him a 5.
number 3, go
on.
easier.
We can't do that one.
Yeah,
But
I can hear it in my head.
I could get it, I think,
Yeah.
with the time.
John?
Number 3, Geordie.
How are you, man?
Now, where, man?
It's a lovely accent.
I
though, isn't
looked up and there was a froob, man.
I just stole a jar of pickled eggs.
Like you do.
As you do.
it? Bottle of Lucas
As
here
you
and a pack
do.
of hula hoops.
Again, we have a Terrell fan, maybe more, that are from Newcastle.
That's
And
that general
I
area.
hope they see this as fun and aren't too triggered by our impressions. John?
Number
Apologies.
2, Wiltshire. Now think about Hagrid from Harry Potter. That's Wiltshire.
You're a wizard, Harry.
That's the sort of thing.
That's sort of
I'm from Wiltshire.
that's similar to Somerset to me. But obviously, I imagine there's quite a big difference. But to my
It's the next county over.
so it's quite
You know
close.
what I mean?
Somerset,
Yeah.
it's more like that. You're a wizard, Harry.
Bit softer.
You might be towards Cornwall there with that. I'm not sure.
And then
I don't know.
And then we're
I'm-
talking
I'm not-
Wiltshire's more like you're a wizard, Harry. A bit softer.
Maybe. And number 1. Any guesses?
Wait, don't answer. Darth Vader. He's from the West Country, isn't he? The actor that played his physical form.
Yes. You're a traitor to the Rebel Alliance.
Number 1,
A traitor to the-
it's got to be Yorkshire.
Oh, okay. I mean, because it came up based on us doing the Yorkshire Sports, maybe.
It's not just Yorkshire, lads.
Sheffield.
It's Sheffield.
Is it?
Really?
Fucking hell.
Go on then, lads.
Innit?
Get one of them.
Imagine
Yeah,
Shall we all get a point? Point each.
yeah. It's actually Sheffield coming in at number
It's
1.
actually Sheffield.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
With, let me tell you, 39.5 of tweets wanted Sheffield. That's a high amount when you're considering there's 10.
Makes
top 10
sense.
regions.
Makes
Where's
sense.
it coming from though? Because it's what's Arctic Monkeys, Jarvis Cocker,
Sean Bean.
Bean,
He'd be a big one for it.
Full Monty. I'm trying to think what are the cultural
Yeah.
touch points for people outside of Sheffield. See what I'm saying?
But I know,
But they're all good ones.
But you go Sean Bean, you go Lord of the Rings, because he was basically Sheffield accent there. And Game of Thrones is Sheffield accent in it. John, you're the only one person here that's really put any time into that.
What? What's that? Sorry.
Sean Bean's basically doing a Sheffield accent in Game of Thrones, right? It's just,
Oh,
it's just doing
yeah.
it.
Actually, I feel like in anything, like James Bond, I'm pretty sure.
Was it The Martian? It was in, or Inception.
Oh, The Martian.
And it felt so weird seeing him in there with his Sheffield accent amongst all these Americans.
I
Yeah.
just want to say
Threw
this,
me.
this just the way the Twitter's done isn't quite the poll isn't quite a poll. It was actually just says they've worked out all the tweets about these accents and found out that the Sheffield accent had the highest amount of positive tweets about it. So
I
it's
think
more like
we'll take
Interesting.
that. We'll take that.
Interesting way of doing it though. So who's done that? Like the team at Twitter?
AI.
yeah, no, but that's good because it's not people directly being asked.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Why?
Yeah. That is probably AI that's somehow working that shit
But
out. innit?
no one's
Gathering all
asking
that
them to
information.
name their favourites.
And maybe it's because we've got
I don't
we did
bloody
that.
know.
We did the AI special.
Yep.
We've got AI on our side.
Right. That's how it's worked out.
But
Well, we'll
I'm
just
not
take that
complaining.
as number 1, Sheffield.
That's what we wanted, though,
accent.
innit?
Come on, let's have it right. Let's have it right.
Oh, fucking number 1, isn't it?
Now, listen, guys. I don't want to talk about the elephant in the room here, or should I say the toffee puddle in the room here, seeping through the wrapper.
I'm barefoot at the moment because of the heat, and it really is. It's on my feet. Like I've got sticky feet right
Between
now.
them toes,
It really is
right
horrible.
Between them toes,
It's horrible.
Now you got to go walk over all them feathers from the dead pigeons from the next wheel. Or, I mean, I
Next
don't know.
wheel along,
Your wheel
yeah,
workshop.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff there.
The
I don't
wheel
know.
workshops. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite a room. You know,
You're gonna your
maybe
feet-
one day a fan can win a golden ticket and come and tour the workshop.
Oh wow! Don't dangle
love
that
to see-
carrot in front of all them donkeys. And I mean that in the most loving
Nasty.
of
Nasty,
ways.
man.
I really do. But yeah, that's big statement you're making there, right?
Yeah, well.
Someone's going to follow up on that.
Yeah. Robbie Cumming he won the award by being on the television, being someone of note.
Yeah, true.
He was a fan of the podcast. He became someone of interest by being on the television.
Yes.
And that he was allowed to come into the inner sanctum because we respect him because he's on the television.
Yeah, being on the television.
And he came
that's
into
what
the, even it helped me put the wheel together.
Yeah.
So if you get yourself on the television
Yeah.
and then and get some goddamn respect for yourself
That's all you need.
or something like that,
Yeah. You can, just,
you could get like release an album. That'd be all right. Something like that.
yeah.
But not self-release, like a proper through a label.
Yeah, it's got to be something like people want.
Like it's got to be in the charts.
Yeah, it's got to be charting. It's got to be
You know,
You've got to be popular.
Your
Exactly.
album has to chart.
and then we
chart for
we
you
can
to get
have
on
some
the show.
respect for you.
Yeah, and then because they will only respect you if you've done something like that.
Exactly.
My point being is, do we have time for another spin?
Well, I feel like it will actually be quite a short show, this one, but not only by our standards, which is like still we're talking an hour and 15, an hour and 20.
Right.
And I think, to be fair, we don't. In some ways, I feel like we never quite got off the ground today, but I think there's plenty there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I say another spin. I mean, I suppose really another throw of the dart.
Throw the
innit?
dart, yeah. And
Thank
actually,
you.
the dart, I don't have any darts left, and they're
Yeah.
everywhere around the room right now. So
And
the wheel's melting. It's never happened before. It's a bit of a first, isn't it, that the wheel didn't spin, but we found a way around it. We improvised.
that's what we do. We improvise these things.
Yeah, exactly. We improvise these things. We really do.
Yeah.
We. I just want to say congratulations to Phil Ellis on his nomination.
Oh,
his
yeah.
Perrier, not Perrier, used to be called the Perrier. His Edinburgh Comedy Award.
Sky now, and I think it's good though, isn't it? This one, as in the name,
I think it's like,
because when it Fosters at one point, which is
that's okay. So basically, the big Edinburgh Comedy Award, which is like, if you don't know, it's like the biggest award in live comedy. It's the one to get, Coogan's won it, Frank Skinner's won it,
Tim
League
Key.
of Gentlemen's won it, Tim Key's won it. Everyone who's like, so many people. Anyone who's anyone. But it's a list of like big names.
yeah.
And also the nominees are always like big names who go on to do amazing things. Johnny Vegas, Peter Kay,
Yeah.
And it was called the Perrier for years, which was funny because actually it was only called that because it was sponsored by Perrier Water.
I know.
But I didn't. It's almost like the Michelin star restaurant,
The Olivier.
the Olivier Awards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because what's the Olivier then? That's Olivier Newton-John.
No, it's
Laurence Olivier.
yeah. Olivia Newton-John Awards.
But yeah, exactly. Or like the Michelin star restaurant's named after the Michelin Man, weirdly. Or the Guinness Book of Records is named after Guinness the
Oh,
drink.
is that what the Michelin star is about then?
Yeah, because that's right, isn't
it's
it?
just
I'm not
a
talking
sponsor.
shit. Like the book, the Michelin book was the same company that
It
makes
was
the tires.
a separate thing now, but
They've now separated. Fair enough. But like they should have done that with the Perrier, which would be to just like with the Michelin thing. By the sounds of it, just let him have the name.
Yeah.
Because for about 20 years it was the Perrier Award. That was the one to win.
know.
And then Perrier Water went, actually, we're not going to sponsor it anymore. So then it became like, it's the same thing. It's just as renowned and everything like that. But you must be a little bit annoyed to get what they call the If Not Comedy Award.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it went to, I think, Foster's for a few years. And then I think it was the Dave. Was it Dave recently, most recently? And then they almost didn't have a sponsor, so they almost didn't do it. And then I think 3 different companies got involved, like Sky and 2 others. So yeah, I think you're right. The big award is now like the Sky, but it's still called like the Sky Edinburgh Comedy Award.
Which is decent.
It's fine, yeah. It's a good one.
Point being, though.
Point being, congratulations to Phil Ellis, previous guest on the show.
Yeah.
And I saw his show. I was up there. It was so good. Like, I wasn't just saying it. I put it on a story, but I was like, I think this is his best show yet. And I always feel like when you say things like that, I worry about it coming across like a backhanded compliment. Like, this is...
The rest have been shit.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But obviously, I've always loved it. But
yeah.
I really thought this was so solid, like, so like, packed just from start to finish. So it's really nice to see him get nominated. And wish him, hope he wins. But I think it'll be out by the time this podcast comes out. We'll know who's won. But I'm sure either way, just getting nominated is amazing.
Oh, I'm over the moon for that. Absolutely over the moon for him. And listen, I want to say thank you, Sir John Patrick, for... It's been a hot one, you know? It's been a hot one.
It's a warm day, isn't it? It's been an absolute pleasure, though.
But thanks for getting them vocal cords out into the hot air, into the hot piping air. Ryan's got his hand up. I'm going to take a question, Ryan.
I know it's been a while since we've done a pod, but and they might be that you just don't want to do it. To be fair, but you often like to play a game of Who's at the Door before we actually wrap up.
Right.
We do sometimes.
Oh, do you want to?
Don't we?
Do we do that every episode? Who's at the door?
I don't know actually. It's quite often. I think I don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can do one if you want.
I'm easy.
If there's time. Is there time? I don't know if I presume there won't be any time left for some reason.
Well, I worry about the signal because John's like the signal's a bit.
It's fine now. Actually,
Is it back? Okay, cool.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
oh, if that's all good with the
Let's have
signal.
a game of Who's at the door then.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Where is it?
Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? It's a mystery.
Okay, guys, who is at the door this week?
Hey, that was pretty bad, actually. Just talking to the guy behind the door.
Oh, Guy, then.
No, Guy, but Guy is old 2020 now, isn't it? So anyone can be guys. Hey,
Yeah.
Guy. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. How's it going, guys? I'm not going to give you it again.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask for him again because I'm worried about John's signal, but I'm going to go straight to John because I think he might get this in one. He's very good at this. John, Sir John, to you. Who's at the door this week?
It's Roger Federer.
Roger Federer. Great guess. Great guess. And Ryan?
I can't think of his name. I think it's the guy who did Gangnam Style. But I can't think of his name. So I'm just going to guess at KSI, the YouTuber.
KSI. Okay. An interesting guess. Two different people. I think you may be confusing a name or something, and you just can't think of that guy's name.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose really, we'll go to the answers. I can tell you that the person at the door this week
Yeah.
is a man
Yes.
called PSY,
Oh, yeah.
who of course sang the Gangnam Style.
Yeah, I thought so.
Shoot.
I knew it was something like that.
I think he's allowed in though.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Because I
because-
knew who it was. I just couldn't
Yeah,
think
it'd be
of his
rude
name.
for me to tell him like, oh, someone guessed, but they didn't remember your name, so I'm gonna have to send you home.
Okay.
So
Oh, fair.
I think before we bring him in,
I appreciate that. Thank you. So I get a point for that.
yeah, you get the point.
Or maybe I don't get the point, but he's allowed to come in.
He's certainly allowed to come in.
Give me half.
You get half.
Because I knew who it was.
I was going to give you half before you asked.
Kicking off.
Psy, isn't it?
No.
Pronounced Psy.
Psy, yeah, PSY, Psy, I believe it's called. I don't know whether to get him to play us out or I suppose that's maybe the best thing to do if I sign us off and then I'll bring him in. I mean, I remember it being big and I remember him breaking records, and that particular song, the music video, reached 4.8 billion views on YouTube, which I think maybe it's been knocked off the spot, but I'm pretty sure it's #1 viewed video of all time on YouTube.
Maybe.
Or it certainly was at one point. 27 million likes.
4.8 billion.
That is crazy. That's almost as much as one of our sketches.
And over 5 million.
Really?
Yeah. Over 5 million comments.
Yeah, it is crazy. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tonight. Ryan, well done on getting the who's at the door there. I mean, we're doing well at the moment. Roger Federer, close, John, but no cigar, unfortunately, on this occasion. But thank you, Sir John Patrick, and to good old-fashioned Ryan Howes. And, of course, from me, mattskillington.com, the brand, we just want to say thank you so much for downloading and continuing to listen to us. And tonight I will leave you with this. Crazy trends. Short-lived fads. But to be fair, we've all been there, lads. Silly dances. Ice bucket challenge. I actually did that once, if you remember. I did the ice bucket challenge. Dressed as Roy Chubby Brown. Which, on reflection, I regret doing both of them things. But to be fair, we've all been there, lads. Silly dancers, ice bucket challenge. Makes you look daft or genuine talent. Would you join a conga or do the Macarena? Or are you too smart for that and much, much brainier? Let them have their fun, John. They can look back and cringe. We've all been silly billies once, so who are we to judge and infringe? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
That's almost as sticky as that wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the studio, it's Psy.
오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너는 선어해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선어해 커피 식기도 전에 오빤 강남스타일.
You have been listening to Seldom Differ's Terrible Features with Matt Skillington, John Patrick and Ryan Howes. Intro and outro theme by Old. You can follow them at Old Music on Instagram. If you want to follow the boys at Seldom Differ, you can get them at Twitter at Seldom Differ, Instagram Seldom_Differ, and Facebook at Seldom Differ Comedy. You should also subscribe at Seldom Differ on YouTube. Thank you to Luke Collins at Appley Bridge Studio for his additional audio work. And thank you to all you Patreon subscribers. If you're interested in supporting us, then go to patreon.com/Seldom Differ. And there you can donate as little as £1 a month, that's 25p an episode, that's not too bad, to £3 plus a month, which will allow you access to all of our bonus material. Please do give us a 5-star rating and a review. We'd be unbelievably grateful. Thanks for listening.